caixa de silico now marcado.
I'm
About this
craving.
ad, entering, dial, video progress bar 7 seconds of 1 hour, 7 minutes, 20, about, but,
Beleza, galera, mais um vídeo aqui no canal hoje, trazendo para vocês o evento da Frontier Unlocked.
Inter CPU at mover para projetar
Yeah.
MT Lashaya previa Janela.
E é mais um evento do Planet Coaster, mais um. Esse jogo tá mais lindo do que eu pensei. E no final, eu mostro o preço do jogo. Aqui nos Estados agora em outubro uma situação mais de 12 horas ao vivo no YouTube.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Frontier Unlocked. I'm Arthur, and this is the wonderful Chantel here for episode 8? 8 for the year. So welcome one and all. This is our monthly magazine show where we go through all the news that we've got coming out of Frontier Towers. But it's going to be a bit of a weird one, Chantel, isn't it? Because bless him, producer Adam hasn't been very well since Gamescom. He picked up the dreaded con flu. He's better now. But he's not in the studio, so he's doing all of this sort of ethereally or digitally over. He's working from home and he's sort of remoting in. Is that what you kids do? Yeah.
Kids do.
He's doing that, right? So if there are any sort of technical hiccups, it's actually not my fault. It will be my fault somehow. It'll be my fault, but bear with us. But we think we've found the solution, right?
I guess.
Yeah. Well, that's filling me with confidence there, Chantel. Thank you as always.
We're here. We're live. We're doing it.
So far, it's working.
It's going.
What else? Anyways, look, it's
fine.
good to be back in the studio. Should we say hello to some of the people in the?
Yes, we've got. Oh, I see everyone saying "get well soon, Adam."
Yes, that's very lovely. Thank you. I'm sure he will.
Lots of 07s there. Yeah, dreaded con flu. Unfortunately, silence.
A Device, nice to see you.
Nice
Mr.
to
J
see
Dog, good to see you. Texas Red, good to see you. It's going really fast now. This is how it always happens. So hello 07s. Welcome to all of our families, our planet family, our commanders out there. So hello. And everyone's saying get well soon to Adam. That's lovely, lovely. Yes, he picked up I think it was from Gamescom.
It must have been. How was Gamescom?
It was, do you know what? It was huge amounts of fun. It was really, really busy. It always is. And we did a couple of streams from there. We did I was on TikTok chat. Now,
TikTok live.
I was live. Someone said I had aura. I have no idea what that means. I don't know if that means it's a good thing or a bad thing.
No aura losses.
No,
you're fine.
I don't know what it meant. And I had Harry in the background trying to say these words. Like, Harry, I don't know what these mean. I have no idea what these mean. So anyway, we did a TikTok live. We did an Unlocked Extra. And then we did a stream for our folks back home at the studio, actually, to show them around the stand. Loads of fun. Goalkeeper was loads of fun.
Looks amazing.
And people really had fun playing the Gamescom demo, which I think we showed off as well on the internal stream.
We did, yeah.
But I'm not going to lie, I was very happy to come home and very happy to sort of just get my life back to normality after a pretty hectic few months of just trying to organise Gamescom, etc., etc.
Yes.
But
So if any of you were there and enjoyed playing it, then brilliant. We are very glad that. I think that was the main takeaway from everyone who went to Gamescom, saying how incredible it was for players to actually
get hands on it. And it was really, really sweet to see players. There was a lot of our Planet fans that came actually tried out the game. Some people queued up twice, and when I say that, it's not a throwaway comment. Sometimes the queue was an hour and a half to 2 hours to get on, and they queued up once or twice to come on and play the game. So it was really, really cool. Plus, it was ice cream. We had ice cream.
Ice cream, yes.
Just for science, chat. I sampled all the flavours more than once. You've got to be sure. You can't just have one flavour once. So that was great. And then I ate some sprinkles, but let's not talk about that. I'm never doing that again, ever.
No more sprinkles challenges, guys, I'm afraid.
No. But so for our Planet fans and our Relic fans, and for our Zoo fans, we have got some news for you today.
Yes.
But we've got some stuff to go through before that, right?
A few bits. So we have our Twitch drops. So these are for Solar Beam. So this is the nice, lovely paint job. And it is going to be, if you watch the stream, for 20 minutes. So you just have to stick around, watch along, 20 minutes, and then you can get these lovely drops. They are for the Third Alliance, and then we also have the Alliance Chieftain as well. So here they are, the lovely blue and white.
Look at the Chieftain. Beautiful ship. Beautiful ship.
Nice little colour scheme there. And then we also have a lovely competition.
Yes, as always, right? What have we got?
We've got loads of stuff. We've got loads of little bits. So we have our headset here, like the camo Corsair headset.
Yep.
The water bottle.
Staple. The staple of the show, yep. The water bottle. It's like, was it, I can't remember, what was that one? Was it a cuddly toy? Whatever that was. Just wave, I'm showing my age. Chat, help me out. The one with, it was Bruce Forsyth did it. It was a cuddly toy. Come on, you have to guess, you have to remember stuff on the conveyor belt. Come on, chat, help me out. Someone help me out.
Anyone.
Anyways, Yes, we had the water bottle. What else have we got?
We've got the lovely beanie.
Generation game. Thank you, chat. Sorry. Sorry.
Everyone's on there. Lovely.
Good game, good game, good game. Anyway, yeah, sorry. Carry on. What else have we got?
We have the lovely Elite beanie. We have a mechanical keyboard which has some Cherry MX switches, which I like them. We also have a lovely mouse here, our little Planet Zoo lunchboxy tin case thing.
I thought you were going full QVC there. It's a tin, it's a case, it's a box, it's a cube. It can do all of these things. It can hold paper, it can hold sand, it can hold sugar. It can do all these
Anything you
things.
want.
Anything you want. It could be a block, it could be a stand. Anyways, carry on.
And then we also have our lovely Jurassic World little mug here as well. The camping mug.
Camping mug, yeah, I think so.
Camping
Yeah, it's
mug.
made of that tin material, I think. Tin material,
Yes.
it is tin. There we go.
Yes. So to find out how you can be in with the chance of winning all of this, we will let you know
Yeah.
a little later in the show.
Yep. So there's a lot to go on, and then we've got quite a chunky deep dive coming up. But before we do that, it'd be remiss, I sometimes forget, and actually Chantel reminded me today, and she gave me a good kick in the shin, said, you must remember this time to thank all of our mods that are always in the chat, helping us out. So thank you to all the mods that are in there. I do see you, I do appreciate all the work you do. The whole team does. We know it is appreciated. But shall we get the show on the road?
Do you want to do your...
Oh, I don't know. We can't. 'Cause I don't think we can. We can't. I can do the voice though.
You know what? He's going to do the voice anyway.
World premiere.
Hi, I'm Rich Newbold, Game Director on Planet Coaster 2.
And I'm Adam Woods, Senior Executive Producer.
We're so excited to be showing you even more about Planet Coaster 2 in this second deep dive. In this deep dive, we'll be showing you how we've been expanding upon our amazing building and customization tools in the game.
What are we waiting for, Rich? Let's dive in.
I wanted to
Sponsored
chat with all
and
of
in
you
57.
guys.
Fewer ad breaks for this long video.
You might want to experiment and go a little
Video
wild.
about this ad. Entering. Video about.
For those of you that don't know, Planet Coaster 2 is a creative management simulation game about building your dream theme park. We've got coaster parks and water parks combined in the game now. And in this deep dive, we're going to show you how we've been taking those amazing building tools and building upon them. We're going to jump in and build some amazing stuff in game.
Yes, I think the first thing we're going to look at is the path tool. We're going to have a look at this development build, one of our work in progress levels that we've got. And we're going to perhaps continue on this theme park that's got the very early beginnings of a path system.
Yeah.
We can improve that, can't we, Rich?
Yeah, it's really basic to begin with. Don't really have anything for our guests to enjoy, but foundations are always the paths. So that's one of the things we've been looking at in-game is the path system, and building upon that from the first game, we've got a lot more tools and options for players to build with the path system. So in here we have our line builder, we have a kind of a tool that's based, it feels very much similar to the path builder from the first game. A draw tool, that's kind of a free-form building tool, and stamp builder as well, which allows you to build those geometric looking plazas. We have a rounding tool to allow you to soften some of those harder edges that you might have from that. The customization brush that allows you to take the look and feel of existing paths and apply that to bigger areas of your parks, and the edit tool, which allows you to adjust the borders and adjust the way that your paths and plazas look on the outside.
Yeah, the rounding tool and edit tool really give you that fine-tuning ability once you've placed them down. Perhaps a more advanced feature, but super useful, aren't they? We're going to use the line builder, though, today to carry on this path system that's already at the beginning of this theme park. I want to ultimately end up somewhere over here with a bit of a plaza. Maybe we can make a bit of a display, but I won't give away too much on this on the early part of that. But yeah, we'll work our way over there. So looking at this line builder, there's a lot of options here, isn't there?
Yeah, we wanted to give a lot more creativity and customization options for players as they're building their park. So you can adjust things like the line style, if you want it to be naturally curved or you want it to be a fixed straightness, how you want it to conform to the terrain, how you want the connection type to be when it connects to existing paths, the width of the paths, if you want fixed lengths or you want a kind of a loosely unbound length to your path as you're placing it, as well as snapping tools. So if you want to build geometric looking shapes with the line builder, so making sure you've got those angle snaps in place as well.
Yeah, including like the way the camera will behave as you're placing the paths around.
Yeah, just allow you to fine tune how you want to use this tool, because it's a tool that you'll be using quite often in your parks, and it'll give you a lot of fidelity and control over how you want it to look and act for you as you're building it.
Now I'm going to go out on a limb and say that our park is going to be really popular, really busy. It's already got quite a wide path here. I reckon that's going to be good for congestion, so I'm going to increase our line width and keep that going while we build out to this plaza out the end here. I'm going to make sure it's on the curved option because I want to sort of curve it around this corner. I'll just give it one click and then the second one down. And that's it. I've built my path in 2 clicks.
Yeah, nice and simple.
I can then quickly switch to the stamp builder. I'm gonna go, yeah, octagon. We've already got the stamp scale up at 3. I can drop it down to 1, but I want, again, I believe in our park. I reckon it's gonna be busy. So I'm gonna just rotate that stamp a little bit, get that to snap onto the end of that path. And then again, in a couple of clicks, I've now got this nice open wide path leading to this plaza area that we could do lots of different things with. I could place some shops down or other things as well, couldn't I?
It's not just about the different ways that you interact with the tool, it's how you can also adjust the way your paths look as well. So we have lots of different textures and options for you to kind of change the way that you want the style of your paths to be. So we have lots of different path styles, different types of paths. Some of these options have the ability to change different colors as well, so you can adjust the color of individual things. So this is the blue swirly path, for instance. You can change the blue to a different color, so you can keep the style, the feel of the path on some of them, but also change the color as well, make it embed in with your theme there if you want, and then a lot more creativity and freedom for you as a player.
One thing we haven't actually spoken about as well is the delete tool. This has got a little special thing that I actually use quite a bit. For example, I know in a little while I want to place a display in the middle of this plaza. I think that's where I've got it in my mind. I want to place a little display, but I don't want them walking through it. I want to sort of reserve that area. So I can use the stamp tool delete, select the octagon. I'm going to drop the size down just a touch, and then I can just place it over sort of roughly in the middle. I can make it not so rough if I want to spend time actually doing it, but for now I'm just going to sort of eyeball it, and then I can just cut out that piece of path, and then that now becomes perhaps an area that I could put some interesting bits of scenery to maybe make a little
dress it up and nice.
Yeah,
real nice.
Sponsored, skipping 56 clear ad breaks for this long video.
When you're young, you have all kinds of dreams, and then the world just kicks
Video
it out of you.
about this, entering the video about...
We talked about it a little bit. Should I show how quick I can draw something out?
So this is a tool that I really like. I really like the flexibility and the freedom it offers you is the ability to just very quickly draw that outline and create those plazas really quickly with a few clicks.
Just here. Just create it. That's one of the different materials you were talking about before, and then I could just connect this up if I wanted to. Using the draw tool again, I could just right over the top connect it up. That's our now connected path. Simple as that.
Yeah.
I'm going to get rid of them for now because I want to just focus on this little plaza area.
It's a nice little thoroughfare. Very nice. This area is really nice. Got our paths in place, but I think we're going to need to get some pools and flumes in place for our guests to use. So. Why don't we show how you can use tools very similar to the path builder, the path tool, to build a pool for our guests to enjoy.
Here we have the stamp builder, which will, place down a pool just like that. Just one click. There I have a pool that if I connect up to the path network and have the correct facilities available, changing facility, the most important part of a water park, as well as the guest services, then they could jump into the pools.
And these tools, very similar to the path tool, similar kind of options. Some of them are specific to the pool builder, so whether you want certain depths, whether you want them to have pathing around the edge, or whether you want that kind of infinity feel on the pool as well. So very similar tools. We built those to feel very similar. So line builder, the draw tool, the stamp builder, all exactly the same pretty much as the path builder. So it should be nice and intuitive for players to build those water bodies for our guests.
It's really easy to do so. Let's use the draw tool here. I've got it on curve. I've got the edge type for path. I do want to have pathing instantly around this pool, and I'm going to have the swimming depth, which is good. And then I'm going to build it kind of close to here because then I don't have to do too much work to actually connect it up to the rest of the pathing network. And then using the draw tool, I just start my line out here. We're going to go for a bit of a sort of classic kidney bean shape.
Yeah, it's a very good looking pool that you see in a lot of backyards.
Yeah, lots of nice sort of curves. There we go. And then because I drew it close enough to the original part of the path that we just placed down, that actually now is automatically connected. I don't actually have to do anything else. guests will be able to navigate across that pool and use it if they are in the right conditions, where they've changed into their swimming suits, and they've got their pool pass as well ready to go.
Okay, so we've got a pool in place, but as you say, we need to make sure that our guests have the infrastructure so that they can actually start using it. So we're going to need things like guest services and changing rooms. Some would say they are
I would say the changing rooms are definitely the most important part.
So I think using some of the blueprints that we have, the empty shells, allows us to theme up an area really quickly into one of the amazing new themes that we have in the game. So an aquatic theme, and then we need to add our guest services. And now that guest services is open, we have a vendor already in there ready to serve our guests as they get ready to come into the park.
We want a facility shell. I'm going to use the other slight style of aquatic look. Let's look for, under facilities, I need the changing room. That's that shell. There we go. We now have two lovely themed looking facilities ready for the guests to use. Yeah. They can purchase their pool pass here. They can change in. They're already coming. Look, they're ready for it. They can change into their
keen swimmers,
pool enthusiasts. They can change into their swimming shorts, and then they can dive into the swimming pool.
But we don't just have pools in Planet Coaster 2. We also have flumes, and we have a range of different flumes that you can build. I think we should build a body flume.
I think so.
My favourite kind of flume.
Yeah. First thing to do is to place down the flume platform, where you can actually build more than one flume from these platforms as well, and they are sort of modular in nature. I could attach more to this to expand that platform as I want to, if I wanted to fit quite a few flumes on.
Wide platform with multiple flumes coming off it if you want into the same pool or different pool bodies. You'll have a lot of flexibility on where you want those flumes to go.
For now, we'll just have the one, because I'm only going to put one flume on here at the moment. You will see that we have different options for this particular flume as well, including the rather lovely vertical drop piece. But we won't use that one today. We'll use a open flume with the bar style at the top, I think. And we're going to place that just on that edge of the pool there, platform, sorry, there. Now I have my first piece. This is very similar to how we build roller coasters in Planet Coaster 1 and how you still build roller coasters in Planet Coaster 2 as well. All piece by piece, lots of flexibility here. I can change the length at which I want the piece to be placed down, really giving me that flexibility in creating those turns and tight twists that I want to. And with this flume as well, I can create lots of undulations as well as
going from side to side. You can go up and down. Yeah. And we also have a range of different visuals on the flume piece to be. So you can have an open flume, enclosed flumes, flumes that have a higher side. If you want transparency on your flumes as well, whether you want them to be a half pipe that's transparent or an enclosed body flume that has transparency as well. So lots of options for you to create really good looking flumes, as well as adjusting the color of those flume pieces as well. So if you go for the open flumes or the non-transparent flumes, you can adjust the colors that you want as well. So you'll be able to change the way that kind of stripy pattern looks as well.
Let's do, I'm not a flume engineer. Okay, I just want to put.
I can confirm that you're not.
I'm going to just put a nice big curve because I really want to show off that lovely central cantilever support that we have in the game. Again, kind of leaning back to some of that authenticity. You get a lot of this at water parks where there's some pretty impressive engineering going on with flumes. Let's aim this to finish in the pool for now as well. Let's bring it down a little bit. Maybe a little touch more. Oh, I can't because I've got the clearance. Let's drop them in from a height. There we go.
It's a good height. That's an enjoyable height, I would say. You know, just as you get into the end, you get that feeling of, oh, where's the pool? There it is.
We're done constructing. I need to place an entrance. Another quite iconic look of a flume. I think it's quite iconic anyway. Is this sort of tower stairway that you get as part of the flume towers. So that's part of Planet Coaster 2 as well.
Yep.
You can choose to select a different gate type, where if I just want the gate at the top of the platform and then build my way up to it, or perhaps it's already at the top of a hill or something like that, then you can choose to do this way as well. But we have got a bit more of a traditional placed flume platform here, so I'm going to place these stairs down. That then gives me the ability to connect this bottom gate to the rest of the path network, which I will do. We don't want a really wide one now. Let's bring that back down to 4 meters. We'll just connect that nice and simply to that one there. Blue to show that it's off to go to a water park.
That's a great idea.
Thank you very much.
And just like our roller coasters and our rides, we have to test it to make sure that it can be completed, that our guests can actually get from the start to the end.
Absolutely.
This will generate the excitement, fear and nausea values for this ride, and our guests will then assess whether that's a ride they want to go on, and if this flume is too exciting, too fearful, too nauseating or not. And the guests that will find this appealing will get changed, and they'll find their way to the flume.
I think it's passed its test. I think it's ready to go. I'm going to open it up, at which point a ride attendant also appears now as a staff that I need to manage. Need to make sure that they're kept happy. Perhaps we'll be talking about that in another deep dive. But for now, we've got our ride attendant. The flume can be opened, and guests they're already checking it out. They need to be in their swimming costumes ready to ride it though, so we'll see if anyone else turns up. The other thing to mention, it already is quite a striking design with that lovely kind of purple palette, but I can change that. We have 4 colours that run down the flumes that I can then quickly update to any colour that I fancy, and then it will update the segments as it goes down to it. So for example, I could change this one to entirely red if I feel like it, by just changing all 4 slots
Good idea.
to red, and then we've now got a nice striking bold colour for my flume.
This flume's looking really busy, this flume platform, but I think we can get another flume on there for our guests to enjoy. Our pool's starting to fill up as well.
Before I add that flume, I'm going to extend the pool as well, just to give it a bit more capacity. I'm going to
it is looking quite
build.
busy.
It is getting busy. I'm pleased with that. I'm very happy that they're liking it, but I don't want to add too much to it without giving it a bit more space. Let's build a new part of the pool. I'm going to use the stamp builder, and this time I'm not going to have the paths. I'm going to have it as the infinity pool. I'm going to rotate the shape. We'll just add it in. I'm going to have the flume coming out that side. I'm going to add in the pool here. I think that's enough. I'll just add one. I don't think it needs much. We'll just add it in, and I'm going to bring that flume around here, kind of thing. So we'll just add that in. But you can see how quickly I've extended this pool just with the stamp tool. It all, creates and merges in lovely. And you can see that edge now that doesn't have the path. Obviously, guests can't navigate around it, but that perhaps gives me the ability to kind of shut parts of the park off that allow them to swim in it, but not necessarily where I don't want them to walk around it as well.
And you can dress up the edges of that pool really well with the scenery pieces as well, of kind of dressing up that area if now your guests aren't able to use it.
Let's go for the body flume. The game has detected that I've already got a flume platform in my park as well. It's defaulted now to giving me a starting piece to add to this platform. If I didn't, it would default to the platform itself. I can still access that platform here, just select the station platform tab, and then I could place the second one if I wanted to start it anywhere else. But for now, we will add it in here. Should we add the vertical drop piece?
You teased it earlier. I think now's a good time to use it.
Let's do it. Let's place it.
It's a great one because you get that feeling of, when am I going to go? When am I going to get drops?
I'm going to drop them off here, and we're not going to give them... Traditionally, they're quite a big drop. I'm going to give them a little bit of an easier ride here. I'm just going to ease them in here. We'll run them over this section. We'll start to pull it up just a touch here, and then I'm going to... There we go. Yeah, that's nice. Across the pool, and then we'll give them a little curve over this side. Just like
this flume.
that.
Nice and simple. You've got your nice special piece to start with. I think it should have a special piece to finish with as well.
I think so too.
A lot of the flumes have different special pieces. They have different end pieces as well that are special. So they might have run-out lanes or end pieces such as the plug bowl. So I think this one, I always like the plug bowl.
I do, yeah.
It's a great one to finish on.
We're going to use the enclosed one this time as well. We saw on the last deep dive, I think, the open one, but this time we'll use the enclosed one. That gives them a bit more of a exciting kind of end to the ride. They're suddenly plunged into darkness in a good way. We'll add that on. There we go. So now we have our second flume that's ready for testing. let's finish that one and let's test the ride. We always check out a test dummy first of all. There we go. And then they end up in the pool. There we go. We've passed our tests, so we can now open that up. And this staircase also feeds, this whole platform feeds both flumes now. So guests will choose to go on one of them and they can access it from the same way. So I don't have to do anything else. That flume is now entirely open and ready for anyone to use.
Perfect. And that attendant's making sure that everything's working well on that platform as well. And our pool is filling up with people that are really enjoying these wonderful flumes that you've built.
There we go. We've got a guest already enjoying the vertical drop piece, ready to splash into the pool. There we go. There she is. Fantastic.
Now this part of the park, we've got our flumes in, but it's looking pretty empty of things like scenery. So a big part of Planet Coaster 2 is the creative tools that we have for creating these wonderful parts of your park that are themed, that have dressing to them. So I think we should kind of dress up this wonderful plaza area that you made at the beginning with some of our scenery pieces. So we have, in our scenery section, we have blueprints. So we have lots of different pieces from the themes that we have in Planet Coaster 2 that allow you to quickly dress up areas. So we have just like that.
Just like that.
The aquatic centerpiece can be right in the middle of that gap that you made earlier.
Yeah. Let's see if we can. It's also got some singing eels on it as well, which is one of the many animatronics coming in Planet Coaster 2. Let's pop that just on the side, because I want Fish Beastie in the middle.
Okay.
But don't tell the deep dive viewers just
yet.
Don't
tell everyone. Okay.
That's what
I'll keep it to myself.
Talking of Fish Beastie, should we put him in?
Sponsor, skipping 50, fewer upgrades for this long video.
12 incredible water slides and new adventures for all. So bring your pack
Video
together
about
and...
this, entering. Video progress about.
It's the first you mentioned of it. So as well as all of the blueprints, you have the ability to put down all of the pieces individually, in just their position, their rotation. Some of them have scaling. As you mentioned, this one is an animated scenery piece. The blueprints are our creations of connecting all of the scenery pieces together for players to quickly dress up areas.
Yeah.
But you can put the pieces down individually. You can also do things with the wall sets and use the grids to build those kind of shops in a nice grid-aligned way as well.
I've got something in my mind that I want to build.
Okay.
And I want to use one of the new tools to help me with my creativity.
Sounds great.
As well. I want to build a little scene that kind of demonstrates Fish Beastie in his most kind of...
His glory.
His glory, all his glory, yeah. And I want to give him his moment to shine. I want to build a little... Where are the jets? There we go. I want some jets around him. Let's say we have a couple like that. Now that looks quite, you know, that sort of gives...
I feel like it's beautiful.
It's a nice little centerpiece, but it could be made better by the new event sequencer, couldn't it? I think.
Exactly. So the event sequencer is a new tool for Planet Coaster 2 that allows you to create these sequenced events. That it's a timeline that allows you to then take things like the animated scenery, the VFX, the particles, and trigger them off in our timeline. So you can add objects to this timeline. We can then adjust the timing that we want of them to cover.
So I can multi-select using the add objects section, which was in that event sequencer you just saw. It's here. I've got all my pieces that I want to connect. Fish Beastie, and then the 4 large water jets. First of all, I want to make sure that Fish Beastie is doing the animation that I want. So it's on trigger only, definitely, and I want him to do his ascend and roar animation. So that's what we're going to set him to. We'll then open up our event sequencer. So that's what Fish Beastie's going to do. He's going to ascend, and then he'll do his roar. And that bar is then telling me that's how long that animation is. And what I want is I want to punctuate the roar. So I'm going to move the jets just down the timeline a little bit. So the idea is that when he roars up,
that's right. And you can adjust the length of the effect of the jets as well. You can really time it with those animated moments.
So we can see that he starts to roar around 2.5 seconds in. Let's move them lined up with that. Simple as just picking them up and dragging them across. And then also the roar is quite long compared to the initial water jet. I want them to stay on for much longer. I'm going to have them stay on for It's probably, what will be 2.5, 8, so somewhere about 6 seconds, I'm gonna say. Let's just do it as 6 for now. Let's change all of them to 6. I could change them to different lengths if I want to. I could also stagger them if I wanted to kind of have them sort of come on sequentially.
But you're going to have them all come off.
But I think I'm going to give him the opening he deserves. I can preview it as well, so I can have a quick look and see if it's a little early, but I think that's about right.
Looking really good though.
I think so.
So that's the event sequencer that allows you, we can put animated scenery,
Video progress bar about
you can adjust some of the options, such as on some of the particle effects like the fire, you can change the color of those effects.
Yep.
You can change lights and have those turn on and off as well in the event sequencer, and you can also on the rides and the coasters connect to an event sequencer, so when a ride is in the middle of a sequence, having an event sequencer connected and that firing off particles at a certain point as well, to, as you say, punctuate those amazing moments that you'll have in your park.
Give Fish Beastie the display he deserves.
I really like what you've done with the event sequencer around Fish Beastie. They're looking really good. They're getting that glory that they deserve, but this area is looking pretty empty.
Yeah.
I think some greenery, demonstrating how we've got a new scenery brush in Planet Coaster 2 that allows you to very quickly put a lot of greenery down.
Let me get rid of that scenery bit
something to show.
Scenery brush, you say?
Yes, please. So in this brush, it allows you to choose different presets that we have of different rocks, different tree combinations, and very quickly place them into the landscape and bring a drab area that's quite empty and fill it with lots of lush life if you'd like.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have all of these options. You can define how big the brush is, how intense all of the pieces in that brush is, whether it avoids the paths, whether it aligns to the surface. If you have hills and rocks and overhangs, whether you want it to be aligning to that surface and coming out at the kind of the angle that your hill is or your overhang, or you want it to be kind of vertically straight up, whether you want it to ignore the scenery that you already have, so it will conform to or not conform to the things that you've already got. So you get that flexibility. Here you've got avoiding the paths on, and it's avoided that bit.
Exactly. I can drag it across here, but it won't place things down the path. So it's a way for me to be able to quickly and easily place things down, but not kind of go, oh, whoops, I've put those trees across all my paths. But then maybe there's a point where I do want that, because that's what the creative side of Planet Coaster 2 is about, is kind of giving up the choice to you as the player. You could turn that off, and then maybe you can make some interesting paths and areas of your park as well.
Yeah, and I think this is a very powerful tool for putting lots of scenery pieces down, but these are individual pieces as well. So this allows you to then go in on each individual tree, individual rock, and move them and adjust where you want them to be, and give you that fine-tuning of where you want it to be actually in your level.
And of course, we can't forget about scaling as well. Whilst I can move it, I can rotate it, I can do all those sorts of advanced movements as we're used to. I can also now scale it. So it's sat at 90%, I can make it smaller if I want to, or I can also ramp up the size if I really want that to kind of stick out and kind of really be a focal point of this area. And that goes with all the non-grid, non-animated scenery pieces. You can scale them as you want to.
Yeah, it's really powerful for giving you that flexibility, that creativity that you want to have in Planet Coaster of creating these wonderful theme parks, these wonderful areas for your guests to enjoy, and really going to detail in what you want those areas to look like.
Exactly. And of course, you don't place them down just with the brush. You have got access, as Rich has already said, to even place them down from the very beginning as individual pieces as well, to really give you all flexibility and how you want to place them down.
So we've got infrastructure for a pool, we have a wonderful path, we have some wonderful flumes, we have our Fish Beastie getting a glory in the middle of our plaza, dressed up. But I think one of the key things that we're missing in this level, in this deep dive for Planet Coaster, is probably a roller coaster.
Yeah, that's fair.
So why don't we build one from scratch and show how we've added a lot more tools to the coaster building, a key part of Planet Coaster. So we're going to build a roller coaster for our guests to enjoy.
I think I'm going to place the coaster in the back of the park here. We've got a big chunk of land that's looks like it's ripe for placing a coaster and building it here.
Great idea.
I think so.
It's perfect space for it, really. Lots of open area, It's what we need for a big roller coaster.
We do have a selection of blueprints available. That means you can just select the one you want. If you've got enough money, if you're in the career or if you're in Sandbox, obviously, and you've got the unlimited cash, then you go for it. You can place that down and you connect up to your PARTE system and away it goes. But I'm going to build it piece by piece today. I'm going to select the...
We have lots of coasters to choose from.
Lots of coasters.
Yeah, it's a good selection. Lots of different types of roller coasters.
Dark kinetics looping, that's the one I want to build today. Let's get the station placed down. I'm going to send it out that way, kind of down there.
Okay.
And I'm going to bring it back around.
Yeah, I like this coaster. It's a good choice. It loops, it inverts.
Yeah.
I mean, when I said I like it, I mean I like to build it in game. It's not the kind of coaster that I would like to be on. Both looping and inverting are things that I will not get on with. But I really like this one in game. It's a really flexible one to build with. You've got the different options. We have a lot of special pieces as well as our standard track pieces, trim brakes, and lots of control over how you want it to be propelled, how you want it to slow down through the different sections. You're a pro coaster builder. Compared to myself, anyway.
I think my skills along the lines of flume building are sort of similar to my coaster building. I'm not too bad. I mean, I guess I'm opening myself for criticism and feedback within this deep dive.
I will
showing people I
will always
praise
skills. Your ability to build a coaster on camera, under pressure. It's not an easy thing.
We're talking about some loops. Let's get a little loop in here, shall we? Actually, I just want to go back one. Let's add it.
Make sure you got that entry speed.
Yeah, I think we'll be able to get it up. I think I'll just scale it down a little bit. I think I'm going to have enough entry speed. Now we can, of course, test it while I'm building it to make sure it is going to make that loop. Go over to the test. I can start it, and the coaster will start its testing loop, and I can continue to build whilst
see all the values calculating for the excitement, fear, and nausea as it's going up as well, giving you that feedback on the lateral G-forces, the vertical G-forces, forward G-forces, all those things that kind of all weave together to build the prestige of a ride, how popular it will be for your guests.
Yeah. Let's just see if they're going to make it over this loop, and if they are, then I think I'll call it a day there. I'll connect up to the station, and then we can perhaps customize the car as well.
I think I really like this special piece. It's really good. I think maybe there's some other special pieces, maybe a roll this one we could have.
Pretty good, yeah.
This coaster has loops and rolls as its special pieces. Some of the other coasters have different types of special pieces in them. So depending on the coaster, you'll have different special pieces available for you. So this one, loops and rolls. Some other new coasters have special pieces such as switch tracks and drop tracks.
Switch tracks and drop tracks, okay.
Which are very exciting. They are brand new for Planet Coaster 2, something we're really excited to bring to the games to show those amazing pieces inspired by real-life rides as well.
All right, let's just give them a little bit more of a drop at the end here. We can see the testing is still going on in the background. Maybe give them a little bit of air time as well. Let's shorten that track.
Get that feeling you get in the belly.
I love it.
No. And coaster building, there's a nuance to how you're building things such as the banking as well, making sure that feeling as you're coming into a corner is nice and smooth. And in the game, we've added more control of that as well. So once you've connected this piece up, we can show how you can edit the smoothing, so you can adjust the type of smoothing you want. So we provide you with tools that once you've built some pieces, you can adjust with a simple click of the button and just smooth off those rough edges you might have between doing the piece by piece. If you've got connections or corners that are kind of not smooth, these new options for Planet Coaster 2 allow you to control that. If you want to smooth the banking, or you want to just smooth the height or the turn, or you want to smooth all of them at once, you can select the pieces that you want to smooth, adjust the strength, press a button, and it'll ease out some of those bumps that you might have if you use a tool like the autocomplete, which doesn't take into that kind of stuff.
No, absolutely. That's what I've done there. Yeah, exactly that. I used autocomplete here. I've also, put this together very quickly. I'd want to spend a lot more time if I wanted to really fine tune this with all the tools that you've spoken about already.
Make it just
moving.
a perfect experience.
I'd probably want to put some braking on this section here because they don't have to come into that station pretty quick. I don't think even I would want to ride that one, but I can do that. We have the pieces available to really customize it exactly how you want that.
And this will matter for your guests and how much they're going to enjoy that ride as well. Yeah. So making sure that it has those feelings and that you want to have in real life as well is a key part of the authenticity of the guest experience as well in the game.
And the very last thing I want to do is customize it as well.
Brand new for Planet Coaster 2, the ability to customize your coaster cars and your rides by attaching scenery directly to them, and they'll move around the coasters and the rides attached with them as well. So what's the piece you've got in mind to go on our...
I'm going for the pineapple from the resort theme, just because perhaps that could be this could be the start of re-theming this coaster into a kind of, I don't know, a punch shack or something, you know, like a nice, crisp, tropical drink. I could perhaps theme it into one of the brands in Planet Coaster 2 as well and kind of make a whole element of this side of the park. But for now, I'm going to attach this lovely looking pineapple sign to the front. You can see we've got the highlight underneath the car. That means that it's going to move along with the car. It won't stay in place. It will actually animate along as it goes around the track. And I know that it will then do that. If I was to apply it to this car, it will then move to that one. But I'm going to stick it to the front here. As we were saying before, I can also have access to my advanced move tools, including that new scaling tool as well. It's a little bit big at the moment. I want it to kind of feel like it's come out of the factory, being manufactured with it, you know, as part of the process. I quite like it. We'll add that into the side there. I want to add something to the side. One of my go-to creative options is the new light bar from the resort theme. I really like the look of this.
It also fits really well along the side of a lot of the cars. And if it doesn't, quick adjustment with the scale tool means that it'll scale down or scale up quite well as well. So it's a really versatile piece. I can see why it's your go-to.
I want it on the other side as well. I don't want to hand place it. I can if I want to. I could duplicate that and move it across to the other side. Or I can use the symmetry tools that we have over on the end tab here. I can say I want it mirrored on that side, which then adds that piece. And if I was to move the original piece, it moves the new piece as well. I could also say that I want it to affect the rest of the cars in the train. And if I had a second train on this coaster, if I'd built the station long enough, I could make it affect all the trains on this coaster as well, really easily. So that was a deep dive into some of the new creative and construction tools coming to Planet Coaster 2.
In our next deep dive, we'll be showing you more about our new management features in the game. We can't wait to show you more.
Thank you so much for watching.
Sponsor, Skipping 47, elaborates for this long video.
Get in and get away now.
Entering dialogue video about.
So there we go. It's just me now, just me on the sofa, on my own. So we've just seen Deep Dive 2 there, and I'm sure you guys are all very happy that we have our switch tracks, we have the drop tracks, and then we also have the dedicated flume exits. I was watching all of the chat and everyone was so excited. So that is really great to see. I'm glad that you guys are all happy. Now we are going to run our lovely competition for our bits and pieces that we have here. To enter, all you have to do is type in !PlanCo2. So that is all lowercase. So !PlanCo2. So I'm going to run that for a little while, and then Arthur's going to announce our winner. So while we're running that competition, I can see everyone putting it all in the chat. Excellent. We're going to talk a little bit about Planet Zoo console. So we have seen all of the messages people have been asking, and they would like the pre-order bundle, or the bundle that came with the pre-orders. And they are now going to be available as a DLC. So that is going to be, hopefully Adam will have our lovely pictures. There we go. We have our Komodo dragon. We also have our pygmy hippopotamus, or pygmy hippo. And then we also have our Thompson's gazelle as well. So this is going to be a standalone to the season pass content, and this is launching on September 5th. So it's coming up very soon. You can get your hands on these lovely animals. And we have even more news. So on top of that, we have the Arid and Tropical bundle, which is also coming. to console. And that has 13 animals in it. It has over 200 pieces of scenery, and we have 2 new scenarios. And on our lovely picture here, we have the dromedary camel, and we also have the lar gibbon. So yeah, that will be coming soon. There are tons of different animals there. There's a lovely snake in there as well. Yeah, fine, it's all good. So tons of animals, tons of new scenery as well. We've got some jungle foliage. We have got some Balinese-style tiered temples. And we also have some multi-part animal statues as well that you'll be able to create. And then our 2 scenarios. So there is one that is going to be set in the Arabian desert, and we also have one that is going to be set in Bali in Indonesia. So that is coming soon, and that is on September 25th, I believe. Can you scroll up for me just a little bit? Let's have a look. I believe September 25th is written somewhere. That's all good. We've got that. So that is it for our lovely segment on Planet Zoo. And so the giveaway is now going to be ending, and I am going to show you our lovely Type 8 trailer. So Type 8 is now available for early access. And here is a wonderful trailer before we switch to Arth and Zach to chat about what is happening in Elite Dangerous.
Charger Juliet 2-2 standing by for departure.
Payload secure, clear for takeoff.
Sponsored, skipping 47, fewer ad breaks for this long video. Video progress, about this ad, entering, video progress, about, button. Video progress, about.
And like magic, we are back on the sofa. So can I just say, well done, Chantel, for holding that segment on your own there. I know it's a strange show because Ethereal Adam is there. His spectral fingers can be felt. Yes. Yeah, digital, he's everywhere.
Yes.
But well done, everyone. I think Deep Dive looked fantastic. Really excited to see what people do with that. I have to announce a winner, which I think Adam is going to send through to me on my phone. So 2 seconds, chat, whilst I check on my phone, see if it's come in. I don't have it just yet. But when that winner comes in, I'll let you know. But the competition will be closing very, very soon. I'll keep an eye on that phone and then I'll announce a winner. If you are the winner of all the swag, please remember to look out for a DM from the official Frontier Twitch channel, because otherwise we need your details to send you all the stuff. Right. Zach.
Hello.
Dragged you back.
Back again.
So we've got a few things to talk about.
We do.
So should we start off with, I guess we're getting close to September.
We are.
Days away.
Yep.
So do you want to start off with some news about PowerPlay, what's coming up next?
Yes, so PowerPlay 2.0 is still very much on the way. I believe we initially said that we're aiming for September. However, the team need a little bit more time just to polish it up. So PowerPlay 2.0 will now be coming in October. So you just have to wait a few more weeks while we get everything just right.
Yep.
However,
some good news, right? There's silver lining to this.
Yes, there is some silver lining. We've been able to work on the next ship, as some of you may have seen, and that next ship will also be coming in October with PowerPlay 2.0. So you're going to get a really nice sort of
double whammy.
Double whammy bundle update. So
you said next ship. Now, you may have missed it, chat, but we teased this at Elite Community Meet. And I think, there we go.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is. There's a little bit of concept art that the wonderful Chris Gregory put together in like minutes. He's like, the guy's just blows my mind.
Yeah.
So we saw a lot of speculation about this. A lot of people asking like what type of ship it's going to be. Zach, do you want to have the honours of announcing what the next ship is, and maybe if Producer Adam, when you say the name Producer Adam, this is a test.
This is going to be
This is a test. When you say the name, whenever you can put it on screen as a render.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I will. I just want to say before we do it, most people that have been guessing, in fact, I think all of them have been wrong in what they think this is and the brand and etc. So hopefully you'll be surprised, chat. So this is the Mandalay.
The Mandalay.
The Mandalay.
She is. Oh, well done, Adam. Look at him. Look at him go.
Good timing. And I think this is probably my favourite ship we've ever done. I think it looks incredible. So this is a Zorgon Peterson ship. So the name Mandalay, I don't know how well you're familiar with your snake
very familiar. I'm not, mate. I'm not here. Talk me through this. Go on, what is it?
But you might know Zorgon Peterson have, they use snake-based names. So other than the hauler, I think. So we wanted something that referenced that, but also we wanted, you'll kind of notice, chat, that the ship is quite close in design to the Mamba. So we went digging for some more snake names, as you do, and we found the Mandalay Spitting Cobra. And as Adam sort of cycles around the images, you'll see it's kind of got a bit of a cobra head in the design. So we thought it's a quite fitting...
Oh, you can actually, yeah. Now you said that, yeah, you can, right at the top.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. So we thought it was a really nice name and fitting for the type of ship that it is, which I'll get onto right now.
What a segue. Zach, it's almost like you and I have done this before,
a million times, yes.
So how did we decide on the Mandalay being in the next ship and what it's going to be?
Yeah, so obviously this year so far we've had the Python Mark II and the Type 8, so that was a combat-based ship and a trade-based ship. So it was kind of a natural choice to give our explorers out there something to look forward to and want. So we wanted to create a new exploration ship that had the advantages of that sort of new style and design process that we have for these ships. So we're keen to give the explorers something that's really sort of swanky for them to look at while they're out flying around.
Now, I joked about, obviously, we had the winner, by the way, chat. I'm going to go to that in a second. I joked about, obviously, Chieftain being replaced by the Python Mark II, and genuinely, like, nothing replaced, from my combat ship, the Chieftain. The Asp Explorer I spent, like when I first started playing and got into Elite, was the one I spent a huge amount of time in. I will comfortably say this is going to replace the Asp Explorer for me. It's a beautiful looking ship. Before we move on, I must announce the winner, which is Darkish Ninja. So congratulations, you won all of this swag. Please look out for a DM from us, and this will all be winging its way to you as we speak. Well, not as we speak, tomorrow, probably.
Yes.
So there we go. So it's an exploration ship. The Mandalay is confirmed as a exploration ship.
Yep, from Zorgon Peterson.
Everyone was saying, oh, I mean, do you know what amazed me when we had the teaser? People were like, oh, the ship is huge. It's huge. I'm like, you have to remember, all the ships are huge, right? When you look at them, right?
Yeah.
Well, how big is this?
So it's a medium. It's a medium ship.
Right.
So you're going to get all that functionality that you would get with a medium ship. So you can land at outposts, etc. All very much packaged within a medium ship. And yes, it does look huge in scale next to a person. But I encourage you,
obviously, I mean, seasoned commanders would have done this, but stand next to a large ship and you'll see how large a large ship is. And I remember the first time we did the Vet on stream, I think you actually might have been with me, and we walked out into the hangar bay and it took forever to walk around the Vet. We were like,
it's crazy.
So it's not quite as big as a large ship, obviously, but she's big enough.
Oh, yeah.
She's big enough. So, obviously, I'm an explorer, and a lot of our players are. A lot of people go out there doing exploration stuff. Explain to me why people would want to do what's special about the Mandalay.
So, as you'll probably see from the images, the engines are actually quite unique and cool. And I think the team really wanted to get a really nice flight model for in-atmosphere flight specifically. So, whilst that is obviously a key thing and you're going to be able to fly around planets in a really nice way, that also lends itself to you're going to be really maneuverable in space as well. So which is pretty much exactly what you want, right, as an exploration ship. SCO.
It's going to have the super duper drive.
It's going to have the super duper drive. Yeah. So it will be even better.
I should probably call it that because I'm going to get in trouble.
Yeah, but I mean everyone calls it that. Super duper drive. It will be even better, chat, than the Type 8 and the Python Mark II. And it should give the Anaconda some competition when it comes to jump
the old
range.
Explorer-conda might be seeing a retirement.
The Explorer, I mean, look, I'm sure there'll be plenty of people that are very much faithful to their Explorer-conda, but this will give you a pretty nice, if you don't want to use that, if you want to use an actual exploration ship that was made for exploration, there you go.
Does it have anything else? I saw a question about coffee pot. Does it come with a coffee machine? Unsure at the moment. I don't know. I haven't seen the internals.
Unsure.
But it does come with something else, doesn't it, on the little... The little.
Yeah, I mean, I think people in the chat have noticed. I was going to keep that a bit of a secret, but I've seen loads of people in the chat talking about it. Yes, the engines do move.
Yeah, I did say that as soon as I was like, oh, the engines move.
Yeah. I was speaking to Chris, and he was like, should we just let chat discover this? But yeah, as obviously chat, this is very much work in progress. But the engines do move as you come into land and stuff, and as you're sort of similar with the Type 8, you'll see some movement around. So yes, it's a very, very cool ship, and you'll see also some really nice little spotlights at the bottom. So if you're sort of exploring a dark side of a planet, you'll be able to see where you are. I think there's something else as well. Oh yeah, the landing ramp is directly facing forwards, so basically that lines up with what you see in the cockpit. So just a small thing, but if you're an explorer and you're out there and you see something really nice, you can as you deploy on foot, it'll be right in front of you instead of trying to figure out where it is. So
I was the worst at in my SRV and stuff like that. When I've landed, but I'm now facing the wrong way, and I'm totally discombobulated. I don't know where I'm supposed to be going.
And then I guess the last thing for explorers really is, and we're going to talk a bit more about this, is just, I mean, it looks great, and we know that our explorers like to take what we like to call space selfies, where it's a nice shot of space with the ship very much in the foreground. And I don't think you're going to find a better ship within Elite Dangerous to be taking.
Another beautiful looking ship, all in different ways. The Python looked mean.
Yeah.
The Type 8 looks fun. It looks like it gives me a real strong Aliens vibe.
Yeah.
This looks so elegant. This looks like chef's kiss. This is like
they've done such a good job. I mean, we wanted to have I think Chris and the team wanted a unique silhouette for Elite, so something that's actually quite tall.
It almost. Do you know what I was looking at the landing gear? It almost looked like a bird of prey.
Yeah.
It landed on it's I guess it's prey, which should be the planet, right?
It's really nothing you've seen before in Elite that has that. I mean, some of the Imperial ships are a bit similar, but nothing in terms of that scale of sort of tallness. And I think some people in the chat are picking up. You might see some sort of elements from sister ships from Zorg and Peterson. So the Mamba, the cockpit there is the Mamba cockpit. Bit of a refresh around the sort of everything we've done there, but it's fundamentally still a Zorg and Peterson ship.
That's a mouthful, isn't it?
It is. That's been moved into the sort of modern age of Elite, which is really nice. And yes, underslung cockpit as well, which is awesome. And generally, I think with the Mamba cockpit, as I'm sure a lot of you will know, it's actually one of the best for exploration because of just you have a really nice unobstructed view.
Oh, the views.
So
do you know what?
It's perfect.
I love the Mamba. I really did, until I think it might have been you, it might have even been Bruce, who said, you realise it's just slightly off centre. And that was it. I was done. I was finished. I couldn't use it anymore. I was like, I can't actually use this ship anymore.
Yeah, I was at the FDL. I can't, one of those is like that.
Oh, it's the FDL.
And it has the line right through the
And it really bugs me. It really bugs me.
Yeah. But yeah, this will be a beautiful ship from the outside and the inside.
Yeah.
What else to talk about? I think in terms of sort of inspiration and where the team went.
Where we were looking, because I know last Type 8 had the Aliens kind of vibe, and for this, where we go for, because it's clearly not the same vibe.
It is not the same vibe, no. So the team actually looked at a lot of high-end sort of race car design because they wanted, like I mentioned, that sort of in-atmosphere flight feel. They wanted to sort of capture that aerodynamic feel, and you'll be spending a lot of time in the ship, in light atmosphere. So we wanted to sort of emulate that. The sort of, you'll see a lot of ships in Elite have got a lot of hard edges. This one is sort of a mixture of smooth and hard. Sort of separate it from those Imperial ships that are very much smooth. This is a bit more in the middle. And again, as we always do, we looked at aviation design.
I think you've got a reference picture for this, right?
We do, yeah. So this, I believe, is, I can't remember the name of it.
Is it Lightning? You said it's Lightning?
Oh, here it is, yeah. So it's the English Electric Lightning F6. And you'll notice specifically the back, the engines here. So
yeah, they're stacked, right?
Yeah, the engines I think on the Mandalay are crazy compared to, well, I mean, they're similar to the Imperial ships, but I think they've got their own unique look, and I think this plane was very much inspiration for that.
Yeah, I think it's an incredibly looking ship, and also what just talking about and looking at it there. people that do the exploration, what I can't wait to see is canyon runs and stuff like this with like Mandalays flying around. I reckon it's going to be ideal for that sort of stuff. It's fast, it's sleek, it's agile, and obviously it's designed to just go looking for cool stuff, right? I guess one of the questions is going to be, well, I think we kind of answered, when can we get it?
Yeah, so as I said at the start of the show, the Mandalay will be available alongside PowerPlay 2.0 in October as part of a new update to Elite Dangerous that we'll obviously talk more about in the coming weeks. And I guess on PowerPlay, we've seen a lot of you in the chat talking about you know, have questions about PowerPlay 2.0, which is fair enough. So what we'll try and do in the next week or so is get a bit of a forum thread up there. Hello, community team. Basically, you can ask your questions at forum thread, and then we'll get some answers for you.
So we'll pop that live. It'll either be end of this week or Monday, Tuesday next week. We'll pop a forum thread in there. Chuck your questions in, and we'll try and answer as many of them as ahead of time as possible. I think I speak for the whole team. Obviously, we want to get everything out as soon as possible. What I think we've been a lot better at is trying to get stuff out and have it working as well as we want it to be working, right? I think you want that as well. So, so just a little bit extra time for us to get PowerPlay where we want it to be. We still haven't talked about the other feature yet, so that is still coming. So don't worry about that. And obviously you get the Mandalay. Do you know what? Zach's been wonderful. For more than just for Elite Dangerous News, he has actually been at the desk doing some stuff while
a little bit of stuff.
So if we get a few 07s in the chat for Zach, we might have a little something extra to show you about the Mandalay. So if I can just see, I'll tell you what, just give me, yeah, well, I see one, I see two, I see, a few more than that.
You're
here we
hyping
go.
this up majorly. I mean, let's have a look.
So on then, Adam, show the people what they want.
Nice little rotating view of the Mandalay.
Here we go. So there is the Mandalay
in all its beauty.
Yeah, she is a stunner. She's a beautiful, beautiful looking ship.
Yeah.
She's coming in October.
Yeah. Last bit on the Mandalay, we're going to do a competition as well.
Oh yes, yeah. Tell me about this competition.
Yeah. So obviously to celebrate the Mandalay's reveal today, hopefully this week on our social channels we're going to kick off a nice exploration screenshot competition. So keep an eye on our channels for details on that. Basically, we're going to look for our explorers to go out as you do and find some really nice locations and take some great screenshots. There'll be a hashtag there, and you'll be able to win some prizes at the end that we'll talk about at a later date. But yeah, that's the Mandalay.
All right, Zach, thank you so much for coming on. I know it's been a strange show for all of us for many reasons, but and thank you, Adam, at home for doing all your bits and bobs. But it's been great to have everyone here. And do you know what I'm going to do? Adam, Chantel, come back and do the weird walk in front of all the cameras stuff.
Where am I going to sit?
Just go sit next to the young Zach. There we go. Look, from all of us here at Frontier, look, it's been a wonderful show. We'll be back September 25th. We'll have more news and all your favourite titles. Zach, thank you so much for coming in. If you missed it, the deep dive will be going out on our YouTube channel. Have a look at that. There's so much stuff going on in Planet Coaster 2. We've got all the news for Planet Zoo on console. The pre-order bonus pack coming September 5th, and then we have the new expansion coming September 25th.
Yes.
So that's coming out on console. We've got the Mandalay coming in October, along with PowerPlay 2.0. Thank you, everyone in chat, for tuning in. We'll see you all on the next show. Goodbye, everyone.
Thanks, guys.
Okay.
Video progress bar 1 hour about.
Galera, vamos falar pouquinho antes de fechar, mas eu vou botar aqui.
Video.
Vou botar aqui. Eu vou falar pouco do evento aqui. O que me incomodou daqui do evento foi os malditos comerciais interrompendo o evento. Ok? Em vez de começar só quando entra o vídeo e nada mais só. Não é isso não. Hoje teve enxurrado de comercial enchendo o saco. Eu espero que se pagar no Premium, já não tem mais comercial. Vou investigar isso depois. Se você souber alguma coisa, me conte nos comentários. Ok? Mas eu vou fazer o que eu falar aqui.
New notification.
Peraí.
YouTube. Home for Marquitu's YouTube presenter. Button. Press cross. Controls. Game base. Game base selected. Game base is a place where you can your profile settings. Settings. Network users and accounts. Item. Family and parental control. Network. Item. Network. Test. View connection status. Item. View PlayStation Network status. Item. View connection status. Network. Loading button guide. Triangle button. Reload. L3 button or R3 button. Zoom. Careers. Link. Blog. Loading web page. Options button. Options. PlayStation Plus monthly games for September. PlayStation Plus monthly games for September. Quidditch Champions. MLB The Show 24. Little Nightmares 2.
Esses 3 jogos que tem aqui na tela, o único que eu não tenho é o jogo de beisebol. Eu nem jogo isso. E o
PlayStation Plus monthly games for September. Quidditch Champions. MLB The Show 24. Little Nightmares 2. Link.
Ok? Que é o primeiro da esquerda, que é o do Harry Potter. Do Harry Potter e de beisebol. E o outro do Little Nightmares eu tenho. Então, galera, eles viam muito bem.
PlayStation Plus. PlayStation.
A gente devia ver melhor quem tem os jogos e quem não tem. E dá para quem não tem esse jogo e quer jogar. Então, isso que eles deviam fazer. Ok? Vamos mostrar aqui outra coisa. Antes consigo mostrar minha App Games. Eu consigo mostrar. Vou ter que botar a tela mesmo. Só para poder mostrar para vocês aqui.
New notification. All audio and your microphone are unmuted. Your channel. Subscriptions. Link. Search. The on-screen keyboard. Read all. Switch to voice.
Epic Games. Vou entrar direto no canal da Epic Games.
The on-screen keyboard is displayed. Chain. Read all. Epic Games. What time is it? I'm gonna drink again. G-A/ exclamation mark. Z. Exclamation mark. @ Go shortcut R2 but backspace shortcut square but I-A-G-A space K-N I-R-D space A-N-N-O-G space M up I space T-I space A space E-M I-T space T-A-H W cap space.
Agora sim.
Go shortcut R2 button. Switch to read cursor left short close keyboard. Remove Epic Games Store. Not selected. Epic Games on Steam. Epic Games on Steam Deck. Remove Epic Games. Remove Epic Games Store. Not selected. Item. Button guide. Triangle button. Reload. The Epic Games Store sucks by Proxidist 70001. The Epic Games link. Square button. Resize card. L3 button or R3 button. Zoom. Epic Store. Epiagames.com. Store. Epiagames. Loading web page. Options button. Options.
Fazer uma coisa diferente hoje.
Loading web page.
Aí tá.
Epic Games Store download and play PC games, mods, DLC. Grade on.
Aqui, ó.
Free games, 2 of 4, free now, the Callisto Protocol, free now August 29th at 11 am, 5,999. Link.
Esses dois jogos que estão na esquerda, o Callisto Pocotó e o outro que está na esquerda, que estão em azul, já estão disponíveis. Nos próximos dias, chegam esses dois aí, ó. Fallout Classic. Será que é legal esse jogo? Ai. Temos que ver. Então olha aqui, ó. A data que chegam esses dois jogos é justamente no dia 5 de setembro. Então fique ligado. Na próxima quinta-feira, dia 5, chegam esses jogos no canal da Epic Games ali.
Free games, 1 of 4,
Então,
free now, Gigantic, Rampage Edition, free now August 29th at 11 am, 1,999. Free games, 2 of 4, free now, the Callisto Protocol, free now August 29th at 11. Free games, 3 of 4, coming soon, Fallout Classic Collection, free August 29th September 5th. Link.
Fallout Collection, Classic Collection, muito interessante, super interessante.
Free games, 4 of 4, coming soon, Wildcard Football, free August 29th September 5th.
Ok, ó.
Link.
E é um jogo de caça de futebol. Ai, meu Deus do céu. Isso que opinam vocês, mas vamos lá, deixa o like, seu comentário, compartilhar o vídeo, ajuda bastante o canal e nos vemos nas próximas lives. Que maluquice, Epic Games. Fui, veio todo mundo, hein?
Initiar Jane Pesquisser. Exhib. Viseo. App. Progi. OBS2. Inter.